Vikram Vedha released and it didn't fare well at the box office at all. Right now, I know that um, it is not maybe something that people like to see me do.
The most impressionable Hindi actor for me as I grew up watching Hindi cinema has been Hrithik Roshan. The impact of his work, his performances, his choreography had an impact on me that I just can't describe. So I have been a careful observer of his evolution over the years and how he has adapted with the changing times. There is no department in my opinion that Hrithik hasn't aced, but I reference the snippet of the interview in the introduction of this video because it seems like it's the first time Hrithik the star has taken precedence over Hrithik the actor due to the changing market dynamics of the country and what one expects from a star of his stature. The ability to diversify his filmography is especially tough at this juncture. So those who love the fact that Hrithik could do a ZNMD and an Agnipath or a Guzarish and a Luck by Chance in quick succession seems to be a thing of the past. This, I think, especially became inevitable for Hrithik after the colossal failure of Vikram Vedha. While I personally think he brought his own interpretation to the role and an intensity that made the narrative so unique, its underwhelming box office run made him assume that this is probably the kind of roles audiences don't want to see him in. I would like to believe and hope that there could be more nuance around Hrithik to communicate that Vikram Vedha had more problems. The essential aspect of it being a remake of an iconic film watched by so many, and the least of its problems being his performance and the shades that were explored. Irrespective, as we see Hrithik now consciously execute more commercially driven projects, Fighter has been a hugely anticipated project. We got a glimpse of Hrithik at the end credits of Tiger 3, and the sheer screen presence of the star was enough for audiences to root for his return on the big screen. Directed by Siddharth Anand, there is huge pressure on the Pathan and war filmmaker as he took up the intimidating task of executing a film based on the Air Force, where majority of its portions are going to be presenting aerial combat. We saw the abysmal product that was Tejas this year, especially in regards to the portrayal of aerial combat and the shortcomings that were so abundantly present in the VFX shots of the film. Let's pack in several aspects of the teaser, what may be the problems that seem to persist in a Siddharth Anand commercial product, and what seems absolutely solid about Fighter. By the way, I have huge expectations from dialogue writers Hussain and Abbas Dalal, and yes, Hussain does get a bad rep now just because everyone references the dialogues of Brahmastra, but the opening lines of the announcement of Fighter really made me feel it encapsulated patriotism without even in the slightest feeling forced. The lines, "दुनिया में मिल जाएंगे आशिक कई, पर वतन से हंसी सनम नहीं, हीरो से सिमट कर सोने से लिपट कर मरते हैं कई, पर तिरंगे से खूबसूरत कफन नहीं होता." What lines, man! I was immediately pumped. The teaser already sets in stone that the Indian Air Force fighter pilots are too fast and skilled for the opposing forces, already referencing their speed and movement in the air with the opening text. To catch us, you must be good and fast, playfully laughing at the prospect of even getting beaten. While the aerial shots of its initial frames look solid, even the frame in which Hrithik is in the cockpit, I think the problem with Siddharth Anand's obsession with generic VFX backdrops persists. The landscape of the snow-capped mountains and flora to denote you are posted in Jammu and Kashmir has almost become one of the three iterations he can go for in order to attempt a natural backdrop for his characters. There are some shots that can just practically be shot in real locations, but there seems to be a consistent effort in just making do with studio-produced digital backgrounds. I think what helped War especially were the practical locations in which the chase sequences between Hrithik and Tiger were choreographed. Just see the impact this simple scene has just because it is shot in a real location, something that can be incorporated in a simple frame like this. Hrithik really looks the part, man. I don't care about the parallels Hrithik's appearance is getting with Tom Cruise because anyone wearing aviators stepping out of a plane is going to be compared to that gold standard. But he looks so good in the teaser at 49 years of age. It just tells you the impact an actor can have in front of camera aesthetically when you just take care of the basics in terms of health and fitness this, while my back cracks writing about this film all hunched up at the age of 29. Deepika, presumably playing a helicopter rescue pilot, looks brilliant as well. Deepika is considered to be the most consistent with her commercial projects. This seems to add another feather on her cap of what a brilliant year she has had in 2023. I think a lot of people also are not giving credit to Anil Kapoor and what a fantastic few years he has had. I love that even at this age he is such an active part of Hindi cinema and keeps on bagging core roles in big productions. He might be playing the commanding officer in this film. As the movie is slated to be presented on IMAX, there is a huge pressure on whether it will have the capability of providing that high octane action spectacle, especially when you know the Indian audience has seen the gold standard. Looking at the sheer lives lost in the process, I hope Fighter also packs in the punch in being an emotional ride, in truly formulating a screenplay that becomes a dedication to the armed forces. It looks like a mission will lead to several casualties and losses, and this will definitely motivate Patty and his team to give the enemies an answer that they deserve. If we keep the combat sequences and the action bit aside, I have been looking forward to see the duo of Hrithik and Deepika on the big screen together for a long time, and just to see the visuals of them together, which may translate into one of the steamiest dance sequences, I can imagine that they're going to turn the heat up like no other pair. I am so curious of what they cooked up in their international schedule as they went to shoot a song together. I hope it's more than just a commercial fluff piece to reinstate Hrithik as the bona fide commercial star that he is, and actually packs the punch in its screenplay to not only being exhilarating from an action POV but an emotional ride indeed. The pressure is on because the gold standard will always loom around the corner, but I can truly say I am so pumped to see how this project develops as Republic Day inches closer. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the Fighter teaser. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.